Forspoken's launch week was a disaster. People roasted the game for its cringeworthy dialogue and poor writing. The gameplay itself underwhelmed people, and we expect a good game for $70, but it already has gone on sale for $10 off through Amazon, indicating it sold poorly. But now we know its sales got beat by a game that was shadow released on a random Wednesday. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube membership. So this is a Forbes article that I wanted to start with. Hi-Fi Rush appears to have out-earned Forspoken's launch week sales on PC. Now, last week, when I'm recording this video, there was a Microsoft event. And this game actually got shadow released on that day. We didn't even know that Tango Gameworks was creating this. We didn't know it was going to be released. And they said, hey, we're releasing it. Go have fun with it. And it got extremely positive reviews. And, well, now it looks like it has out-earned Forspoken's launch week, which, of course, is a disaster for Square Enix, because Forspoken was a game that had been announced, 2 years ago when they released those initial teasers. Over the past couple of years, we've gotten trailers, we've gotten interviews, we've gotten gameplay reveals. There should have been a lot of hype behind this game, and while there was quite a bit of excitement, I think that they still expected it to do better. And then, of course, when the game released, we just saw all of the problems that it has. I've talked about it in a couple videos, but again, cringeworthy dialogue, very bad writing. It's like they chose the most out-of-touch people to create the game, and, well, looks like they are in for a tough time. It says two of the biggest releases of super early 2023 here could not be more different. They are rival console exclusives, but both available on PC. One was a huge budgeted open world spell casting action game, the other a cartoony rhythm fighter that was announced and shadow dropped the same day. But one appears to be doing a lot better than the other, at least on PC. I, of course, am talking about Hi-Fi Rush and Forspoken. Now, there is a price difference here because Hi-Fi Rush is a $30 game, while Forspoken is $70, and you can already find it for $60. There is a massive difference in quality here. It doesn't matter, obviously, that it was shadow dropped. It had zero hype behind it because people decided, you know what, I'm gonna give it a chance. It's not a full price game. It looks pretty fun, and it blew everyone away. I mean, going on over to Metacritic, as you can see, Hi-Fi Rush is sitting at an 89 critic and a 9.2 user score, which is almost perfect, but Forspoken is a very different picture. It is at a 66 critic and a 3.6 user score, and if we look at just the PC version, it is at a 1.7 user score, and that's a disaster for, Square Enix. I mean, they need these games to do good, especially when they're putting years of time and money into it. And I bet right now they are feeling the burn, seeing, their big AAA game be beaten by Hi-Fi Rush. It says, at the time of writing, Hi-Fi Rush, which was released on January 25th, is the 6th best-selling game on Steam by revenue, under only giants like Hogwarts Legacy pre-sales, the just-released Dead Space remake, CSGO, and Destiny 2. Honestly, not that surprising. Hogwarts Legacy pre-sales have been #1 on the charts for weeks at this point, and of course, people were extremely excited for the Dead Space remake. I don't think that there are a lot of games that could top either of these on the charts, so it's not surprising to hear Hi-Fi Rush didn't, but knowing that it did get up there on the list and it is the 6th is, pretty shocking. It says Forspoken, meanwhile, which was released on January 24th, is the 58th best-selling game on Steam, priced at $70, so we're not even talking about like the 6th versus the 10th most, purchased game right now. We're the best-selling game on Steam right now. I mean, they are in very different categories. It says in this case, sure, Forspoken may be performing a lot better on PlayStation than PC, where it was the most heavily marketed, but we do not have an equivalent revenue chart. But if we look at Amazon, we can see that not even a week after launch, Forspoken is behind 2 different versions of Hogwarts Legacy pre-sales, the Dead Space remake, and even the Last of Us Part 1 remake, which, yes, did get boosted by the HBO show, but it's still in 5th place. So, yeah, you would think that Forspoken would be doing a hell of a lot better for them, but it's not. And honestly, it's not really that surprising to see why. Forspoken is just a really bad game, and it's very disappointing because over the past couple of years, I was actually pretty interested in it. When we had saw the initial concept arts and teasers, it looked really cool. The spell-slinging action system looked very challenging at times. It looked kind of innovative, and unfortunately the bad dialogue and the bad writing and just some of the technical problems that the game had really brought the quality down. It's very sad to see AAA games release and have them be complete and utter failures, but there's no better way to describe the situation with Forspoken. It just let everyone down. Critics dislike it, users dislike it, and it's been roasted on social media. Clips of the dialogue have been circulating on Twitter, and people are just laughing at this game. So, this is what happens when you're not creating a good quality product. You could put millions of dollars and years behind marketing for it, trying to get people hyped up for it and excited for it. But at the end of the day, if you create a bad product that doesn't appeal to the audience you want it to appeal to, it's just going to end up a complete failure. And that is what has happened with Hi-Fi Rush. There was no marketing, no hype. They shadow released it, and it is a good game for the price from what I have heard. I personally have not played it yet, but I am going to be giving it a chance soon because I am pretty excited for it. But for me, I'm also going to stay far away from Forspoken. There's no way I'm going to spend $70 or $60 on this game. And honestly, I wouldn't even spend like $30 on it. It is just another disappointing AAA release. But yeah, some good news for Hi-Fi Rush. Very bad news for Forspoken. Its sales have now gotten beat by a game that was shadow released on a random Wednesday. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.